Ever since the time of hunters and gatherers, we humans have stored things. Well, if we were any good at hunting and gathering anyway. There would naturally be some excess food, weapons, or clothing that would have to be kept safe and clean and dry until it was needed, sometimes for our very survival. We survived as a species due to our ability to store the excess from the days of great abundance in preparation for the days of scarcity. Well, sometimes we thought it was for our soul's survival. We would store our worldly possessions, hoping that you can indeed take it with you. And of course, you'll be needing it there in the next world. But if not, well, at least there remained a monument to your life. I was here. I existed. Here's my stuff to prove it. Home has always been the place where we're the most comfortable, where our things are. It's why your bedroom feels better than a hotel room. We can share ourselves by displaying what's important to us in our home. The marks of our independence, the trophies to our victories, as if to say, welcome, here I am. Are any of us really so dispassionate that the material things are just stuff, with no emotional meaning? We have a desire to provide for our family, for our friends, our kids especially. I mean, how joyful is it when a certain item is needed and we can say, I've got that? It makes us feel needed and successful. Now that we're so mobile in our lives, the need for independent modern storage is quite clear. Where do all the gems go that we saved from childhood? Compounding this issue with apartment living and our natural instinct to collect. It's no wonder it seems as though there's a storage facility on every corner. The corner of hope and change. I am human. Watch me store.
I had a theory one time that the reason that the storage business was so successful in the United States was because of President Eisenhower. He had been a general in the Army, and he said in one of his books that one of the things that he thought caused the defeat of the Axis in Europe was the fact that their roads were terrible and they couldn't get around from one place to another. So he initiated the interstate highway system, where he was taking the country and crisscrossing it in a perfect grid so that everybody could go from one end of the country to the other or from border to border and get around a little better. And so this would be good for our national defense. As a matter of fact, it probably was, but I don't think anybody anticipated that people who had lived in an area for 40 and 50 years suddenly had the power to move 2,000 miles away. And the thing that's kind of significant is one of the results of this amalgamation were storage facilities everywhere. And they're all over. You can't go to a little bitty town that doesn't have, some place where you can store things.
I think it's a very good business. I know that in the last maybe 10 years, it's grown a lot to the point where maybe here in California, there are not too many more places to put more self-storage facilities.
It's still growing. If you had the money and you could be in that now, you'd make a fortune.
I know a fellow in Portland, Maine, that him and two other guys put in 80 units, and it only took them 2 years, and they had to expand it. I estimated I could get my money back in probably 3 years, and that's worked out exactly.
And that's why some of the new entrepreneurs for self-storage have been adding, for example, RV parking. They've been, adding amenities to make it more appealing to new customers. I don't know how much it's going to grow. It's incredible. It goes all the way through from Florida to all the way up to New York, all Midwest of the States. It's a phenomenon because, to tell you the truth, I would never store something in a self-storage.
Why wouldn't
No need
you?
of it.
No need.
If I have something that I can't fit in my house, I'll publish it on the recycler, sell it, and that's it.
Why would you put a $99 futon in a storage locker just because you had it in college and had some great love on it? Why?
I said I'm paying for things I don't use.
I know I could buy all new things for what I have paid for this storage unit.
They get hooked on keeping stuff in storage for various reasons, sentimental or whatever, and they wind up spending $40,000, $60,000 or something like that.
You could have gone to Hawaii 3 times for the amount of money you spent on that.
It's a lot of sushi.
You're not kidding. Would have been a lot of fun.
Well, I probably could have bought the second house to add on the 5-car garage. I'd rather not go there.
Okay, all right.
Or I'll just throw myself out that window out there into the traffic.
That's all right. You do not have to answer.
If I could just take that money and have put it in a account, that would have been nice.
How much money did it cost you total?
Well, just for storage. Nothing to do with litigation or moving. Right at $40,000.
So I don't know how I'm going to get out.
But you're not bothered by it, so.
Today I'm not. But what happens when the lady raises the price?
When I sold my house, it made perfect sense, at the time anyway, to pack up everything that I wasn't taking to LA and put it into storage. I must have thought that I would use it when I bought another house or something. But the joke's on me. Most of it wasn't even mine. It came with the house when I bought it, and now I'm paying to store stuff that I got for free.
Every time I've ever moved in my life, I've always done it by myself. You learn not to ask people to help you with things like that, because when you do, then it's expected for you to help them back, so.
That's a little nasty.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong about that.
Fortunately, I have a wife who I don't allow to be too high maintenance, if you know what I mean. If you're breaking that, you're breaking that. That's just the way it goes. We gotta get this shit done, so.
When we got this U-Haul truck, we're like, oh, that's more than enough, right? And when we packed it all in the U-Haul truck, it barely all fit in. And we're like, oh crap, we have a lot of stuff.
Dresser drawers. That's a dead end.
Oh no, that's actually. I had this queen size sleeper sofa that my mom bought one for me.
I just want to get my fingers out of the way.
It probably weighed 600 frickin' pounds.
All right, is this gonna work going in here?
They were happy to take it because it was a very nice sofa, but if you put it in the house and leave it there for the rest of your life. Because I remember we moved into an apartment when we lived in Austin the first time. It was on the 3rd floor. I had me and 5 of my buddies moving it up 3 flights of stairs that were angled like this. So you had 6 stairs here, a turn, and 6 stairs there. We like 6 guys, 6 monkeys trying to fuck a football. I mean, this thing was absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, leaving things behind, that in addition to a couple other pieces that I don't remember exactly where, but I do remember that sleeper sofa, and it's hopefully in somebody's home in McAllen, Texas today.
But yeah, this is the buy a house.
It's gonna be like a record move. That was less than an hour. 3 rental trucks packed.
I think I would never have left New York if I didn't get storage.
I owe the storage facility my life at this point. I mean, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have the storage unit, if it wasn't accessible to me.
Storage? Oh man, that's really helpful. I'm glad we found that.
It's helped, it's
helped us not have to separate from, some things that we value quite a bit and
enjoy.
If they don't have that much money and they're looking for a big space, I tell them, go through your stuff and go ahead and throw away what you think you can replace or before you move in. So that way you're not paying all that money for all that unneeded storage.
Now you gotta notice our hours. Now it's every day, Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, now that's Monday through Saturday. Sunday, we got 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, except on those holidays. Those days are a little crazy.
8 holidays in the year, and if the holiday falls on Monday, guess what happens on Tuesday?
We're closed.
What?
So you drive up, pushing the button, and wonder why the hell the gate didn't open.
I had to punch a private code to get the gate to come open to get in to park.
It's a very secret code. I don't even know what it is.
And I had to punch a code to get out.
I think I did it twice, like a dumbass. And
You can get in the elevator and you can press a button, but the elevator won't go anywhere unless you've punched it in.